joking. Been up since 2:30 this morning.
And how's the beard?
At the moment, I think it's probably about, what, maybe 3 millimeters? Day one.
Day one
3
of
millimeter
the
start.
beard diary.
Yeah.
Look, I actually shaved before I came out. So like, I've got like
With Louise's
1 millimeter, not with Louise's razor. 1 millimeter. So where are we?
At the moment, we're in Madrid.
Yep.
We're just waiting to board our flight to Sao Paulo, and if you just bear slightly to the right, that's pretty much what's making this a worthwhile experience. Okay, so we've been up for like 24 hours now. UK time, I think it's 2:30. It's 10:30 here in Sao Paulo, and we're just having dinner. We just ordered pizza in a German/Brazilian restaurant. If only you could see the state of Chris right now, it's magical.
I feel like shit. Right now, I need beds. But instead we're having pizza and beer. As you do when you're this tight. Oh, I can't go. Day one.
This is a broken man, people. This is a broken man.
Day two. I'm actually feeling a little bit more alive today compared to last night after our 25-hour stint. And well, we're just having breakfast and we're waiting for Valerie Hare and Angelica to come and pick us up and take us down to the zoo where we're going to be working over the next couple of days. So we'll see how it goes.
It's 11:30. We've been sat in the lobby of the hotel for 2.5 hours now. I still have only had one beer, so it's pretty much not how I intended on spending the day. We've got loads to prepare at the zoo and not a great deal of time left to do it. So awesome. Chris, what's happening?
Oh, they're here.
They're here. They're here. It's true. They're here. They're here. What time? Brazil time. Okay, so we're at the zoo we're going to be holding the workshop at. It's Polinia Zoo. The animals that we were expecting to be working with and we were getting the enclosures ready for aren't actually going to be able to go in that enclosure because the mesh is too big. So we're frantically trying to find an alternative, and it could be anything from Jaguarundi to Ocelot, or we might just work in completely different enclosures. I'm sure you're going to be able to see some lovely footage of the condition of the other enclosures, so let's just face it, we're not short of options. We don't even know what materials we've got available because they haven't actually arrived yet, and we were planning on having it all prepped today and tomorrow. So we had to go on a little shopping trip, which Chris rather enjoyed.
I got carabiners.
That's not all, is it?
Oh yeah, we got other things as well, but mostly I got carabiners, so it's all good. So they must, what's that, 6 inches? It's gonna be 6 inches, right?
I would demonstrate, but yeah, we're gonna say yeah.
We're going buy a couple of packs of these, yeah?
Yeah.
I mean, okay, so.
As you can probably tell, Chris is in his element right now. He's never had so much fun in his life.
Perfect.
Look at all of these beautiful
my
things.
Goodness, have you ever had so much fun?
We've got hinges, we've got carabiners and bolts and nuts and screws, and we're probably not going to need half of it, but yeah. Basically what we're actually doing now is we're heading down to the couple of enclosures that we're planning on working with towards the end of the actual workshop. So we're just going to head down there now so we can work out whether we can do the aerial walkway, which enclosure it's going to go in, how big we need it to be before once again we head off to the shops and go and buy lots of materials. Brilliant. So this is one of the enclosures that we're working with. You can see we've got a couple of quache up here at the back there. It's a fairly small enclosure. Has actually got a little bit of greenery and that in it, which is actually fairly nice. We're also looking at the roof as well, just seeing if we can sort of hang things off of it. Enclosure number 1. This is potentially enclosure number 2 and 3. At the moment we've got some toucans in one of them, but hopefully by the time it actually comes to doing the workshop we're going to actually have 2 different types of cats in here. One is potentially ocelots, so we're going to have 2 ocelots in there, and the other one jaguarundi, I do believe. So once again, fairly small enclosures. Interesting thing is that we're actually planning on sort of showing how to do a couple of aerial walkways, or one aerial walkway. And the director himself is actually fairly interested in this and likes the idea of us doing it across this pathway that we're currently stood on.
Right, well, this is how we'd do it at the zoo. Stack everything up onto the back of the vehicle. Slight difference is we're going to be driving through town like this. It's brilliant. I think Neville would be really proud of it. Finally finished. That was a bit of a mission.
We don't even want to cover it with
It's
sand or anything.
well, nearly 7 o'clock, but it's been pitch black for about an hour now, which has made putting on all these posts, getting the cement sorted, getting them perfectly straight. It's made it a bit of a mission. Fortunately, we've got an army of people down here watching what's going on. They're all waiting to go to dinner, so they've kind of been stuck here waiting for us. But it's kind of helped because we've had a million torches shining on us. So, thank God we are done for the night, and tomorrow the actual conference begins. And we'll just worry about that later. We can go for pizza and beer, that's all that matters right now. Okay, the most amazing thing has just happened.
This right here,
A nice salad.
look at that, is chocolate pizza, which I've now had 3 days in a row, which as far as I'm concerned is bloody brilliant. My first capilla. Hang on, the aftertaste is better.
Pra mim, tanto faz. Quando você chegou, meu mundo mudou de cor, foi lindo. Você já não quer mais.
Okay, we're at the City Hall. This is where the first day of the workshop's going to be held. Because the zoo's too busy on a Sunday, they don't really want us there. So they've kicked us into the City Hall, which is fine by us. So let's take a look inside. Let's go see what they're like. Okay, for those of you who don't know who these people are, Valerie is the one on the left. It's her fault that we're here. And unfortunately, she's dragged Angelica into this as well. Angelica is fluent in English, so she's going to be translating everything that comes out of our mouths. The poor lady.
Tanto faz, mas o meu amor é como rio que corre nos.
You wouldn't have heard that, but I just heard a hot Brazilian girl tell me I've got beautiful English.
Nem atrasa pouquinho quando vê você passar e se lembra que passou mas o meu amor é como um rio que corre nos caminhos de coração que sente dor e não se perde nem atrasa pouquinho quando vê você passar e se lembra que passou.
Okay, we've just come down to see all the enclosures with the people that are obviously doing all the work. We split them into two groups. There's going to be one group working on the 2 cat enclosures and the other group just concentrating on the coati enclosure. And originally we were going to split them up into 2 groups, and I would assist one group whilst Chris would assist the other. It's going to be a bit more complicated if we do it that way, so we're both going to just be flittering around between everybody. At the moment they're just taking a look, trying to get a rough idea of the sort of things they want to do. Then we're going to take them back to the classroom and where they're going to brainstorm and hopefully decide, finalise everything they're actually going to do, and then tomorrow that's when the actual work begins.
So we're actually inside our classroom. If you take a look over there, it's actually raining inside at the moment. And when I say raining, what I mean is pissing it down. So if you take a little look on the floor, that is freaking awesome. Go on, horsey. So, for whatever stupid reason, Steve and myself have volunteered to get up really early today and go to a zoo before anybody else is even there, to actually go and start on making some of the enrichment devices. It'll be fine, and all is good and well because I've got an unknown blueprint. Steve, try it.
No.
Try the pink drink.
I'm eating.
Try the pink drink.
What is it?
I don't know.
After the face you just pulled drinking it, why would I want to try it?
Because it's lovely afterwards.
No, it smells like strawberry
No,
milkshake.
try it.
I don't like milkshake.
It's not milkshake. But is it not a nice aftertaste?
It's like all my worst fears combined into one liquid sauce. That's just trivial.
Okay, here we go. By the way, look at them. There's the pictures. There we are. But then it's nice.
Okay, so this is our hotel. We've been picked up every single morning to be taken across to the zoo, but today, for a change, we're going to do things a little different. We're going to walk. So we're just going to embark on this really long, exhausting hike. Wish us luck. And we are here.
Okay, so the guys who just came early to start because it takes a long time to do this. So they'll stop when the class comes and explain what they're doing. Thank you for now. They're just trying to get a little work done.
Okay, it's 9 o'clock in the morning and we're already being eaten alive by mosquitoes. So on comes the repellent. But I'm not going to tell Chris I've got some so he can keep getting bitten. So today is finally the day we're actually going to be working in the enclosures. We started at 7:30, well me and Chris did, everyone else was late, that's fine. So we had to spend all our time getting all the materials ready. We've given them demonstrations for the dynamic branching and we're starting on the aerial walkway as well. I've got no idea if we're going to get done on time, but it's turned out we do have cats for today. They are arriving. The director of the zoo's just got back from Sao Paulo, he's got the paperwork, so we're allowed to actually have the cats, which is good, because it looked like we weren't going to have any animals going in the enclosures. So I'm going to get back to work. Have fun. Finished in all the enclosures. The cats are just turning up now, and you can see we've got these hanging feeders for them. We've got no idea what sort of condition they're in physically, so we've had to make it very simple for them. In this side, the side we're in at the moment, it's going to be for Jaguarundi, and we've given him or her the aerial walkway, which is the entrance just up there. It's literally just cutting these bits of cable tie off. We've had to improvise a lot today because they haven't actually had the materials that we were expecting. All the tools. We're just trying to pass the time because it's been really, really complicated. The politics and over here is crazy. You know, we didn't want to let the cats out at night in case something went wrong, so we were all here just keeping a very close eye on what's going on. So the director of the zoo can rest easy, I guess. Beard. I'm looking pretty bad right now, I don't know.
I think yours is definitely longer than mine, but you did start before me. I actually bothered shaving before I came. So we've been at this zoo, Paulínia Zoo, since 7:30 this morning, and you can see it's dark, so it's obviously late-ish. In fact, it is, oh look at that, 11 PM, for fuck's sakes. Without a break, without a lunch, working, building all day long, and finally we've made a decision to go back to the hotel room, and all Steve wants is a fucking beer. So we're just heading up to the enclosure where we were working yesterday. These enclosures were completely bare. The guys yesterday really transformed it, so we're just going to go and have a little look, see if we can actually see the animals out and about. So what they've done, they've come in here, completely stripped it out. So they've taken everything out, and you can see they put in here plants. They put in here quite a few branches, including the fantastic bamboo, which would cost us a fortune. They also put in leaf pile for sensory enrichment as well. Up the back there's a lovely little sort of shelf up there, and it actually acts as a hiding area as well behind those logs. We've got visual barriers along the front with these great big bird leaves. So yeah, pretty good job overall. Also, hanging off of one of those branches up there, there's actually a bamboo feeder as well. The idea is that the food goes in the top of that. But what we actually did yesterday, you can probably see the cable ties around it, is we actually hung a kebab of meat on there, and as you can see that kebab's gone. So although we haven't actually seen the ocelot out, it's obviously has been out and about, so good job. Yeah. So this enclosure is for the jaguarundi, and basically inside here was actually one of the better enclosures. There was the 2 lots of bamboo in here and a few old branches, but once again that was about it. So the guys that come in here, they put in lots of plants in here. They put dynamic branches in here, so these ones actually move about, or most of them do. Also there's a little hut over up in the back top left hand corner up there. It's a bit difficult to see from here, but the cat can actually get into there on the side. But the thing that we really wanted to do on this enclosure was to actually show how to do an aerial walkway, a little bit like with the Scottish Wildcats at Portland Wild Animal Park. So the entrance to the aerial walkway is just up above these dynamic branches, and you can see it goes along. It's not a full loop like what we've got at Port Lim, it's basically just a demonstration. So the idea is that they can see how it was built, which it did sort of take quite a bit of time, but we've got it done. So hopefully at some point they can either do a great big loop out and around with that, or they can leave it as it is.
Okay, well this is the 3rd enclosure that they completely renovated, and this is the Kuati, or Kuachi as they call them over here. This was by far the most successful of the 3 enclosures because they've done an amazing job with it. Let's start over on the left hand side. We've got these leaves planted up, much like with the cat enclosures. They basically created a complete visual barrier from the Kuatis to the cat enclosure, so there's going to be no aggravation caused by either of them. And I suppose this was the easiest one in a way in terms of feeders, because the Kuatis are so active and so diurnal, and they're so inquisitive, so it was very easy to do a lot of things. There's a leaf piles here, there's a sand pile just around the corner, but they managed to use all kinds of other things as well. This bamboo was cut with fruit stapled onto it, stuck onto it. And down on the left hand side over there you can see a bamboo feeder. We literally just had holes drilled in it, with food stuffed in, and they were playing with that for ages this morning. And by far the best thing in here is the branching and the rope. They've done the dynamic branching and it's worked fantastically. At first the Kuatis were petrified of going up there. They stepped onto a branch and it started wobbling, and that was completely new to them. They've been used to nothing but static branches, and one has lived in this very barren enclosure for I think 11 or 12 years now, and when they both put out in here they extremely active, going around, climbing around, so it's obviously proved successful. And we've got a photo earlier on that they've used a hanging basket that was stuck into the top corner. So again, it's another resting area for them, but this time off the ground, and it's off show to the visitors as well. So I think overall, considering what these guys have had to go through, they did a pretty good job.
Caipirinha. Ele vai provar caipirinha.
Shocking.
I don't know.
Nice.
So what's the face that Chris is going to pull? Yeah.
Okay.
Pineapple Express.
Pineapple.
Go, go.
Oh yeah.
Of the city. We're out with some researchers who are actually government employees, and they've basically set up an action plan for puma. So we've come out to an area where they're actually researching the number of puma in this area, and as you can see just over here is the forest which we've just been trekking through, but it's a bit misleading when you just see that, because the majority of this area, pretty much as far as the eye can see, all around here is nothing but sugarcane plantation. And when we discuss things like habitat fragmentation, this really doesn't do it justice. This is literally shocking. There's literally just tiny fragments of forest, nothing but sugarcane, and then another bit of forest as well. So it's really puts it into perspective for you, just the sort of challenges these guys have got.
So Steve, what's this?
Crab eating fox.
Eu lembro quando eu era pequena.
Sugarcane.
Sergio, you know the movie?
And then you can split that side.
How is it?
Bom, aí depois.
You like it?
And I know my chest is not.
Good.
But it is.
Fucking awesome.
I have.
Steve, how happy are you?
Found Margate too. I didn't find it, they did.
But there
It's
it is.
amazing. Right there.
Porque o do tigrinos é bem pequenininho. You, us, Brazilians?
Okay, at the moment we're just going around checking all the camera traps in the area. There's 5, we've checked 3 so far. We've seen, two of the cameras had puma, the same one. 2 camera traps had Maine wolf. So I think we've still got, 2 more traps to check? This is awesome.
Yeah.
Põe aí em cima, mas isso aí tá sozinho. Não tem câmera para, não precisa fazer baixinho.
Day 9. Back on the couch, where it all began. Oh yeah. So, we didn't do an update yesterday, but we went to Matasilia Cat Sanctuary, which was, well, they've got some very, very cool stuff there. I'm not going to say it's a great place, but they are improving, which is very, very nice. But the bunny hugger inside us took over, I hate to admit it, and we held a little baby Tigrina. It was so cute, so cute. And also I saw my very first non-fat puma of the trip, and it purred at me, so I loved it instantly because it liked me. And there was a cool little pussycat there as well. And also, what else did we see, Steve? Ah, yeah, we saw pampas cats as well, which is awesome because obviously never seen one before and not likely to ever again. And yeah, so we're back in the hotel where it started, and today we are heading off to the university for day 1 of the Regional Environmental Enrichment Conference. And we need to buy plane tickets for Amazon. Good.
Really funny. Oh, the best bit about the conference was we got to humiliate my friend, just Vanessa.
You got to sing in front of all the people.
We got to sing in front of everyone, but we also made you look like a cat.
I got chocolate. What did you get?
Laughter.
No, I can't laugh at you all of the time.
All right, we're gonna have to edit this now because you're talking too much.
Okay, cut.
Okay, the conference is finished and we've literally just jumped in a taxi. With that thing in the front, you'll be seeing lots of her. And we're literally just running to the airport so we can fly to the Amazon.
What were the names of the 2 rivers?
Solimões and Negro. The dark one is Negro, and Solimões is the lighter one. And Solimões is colder than Negro. And Negro is the one we were swimming at, which was pretty warm.
Okay, right. We're sitting outside at our hostel, and we're the only ones out here. Everyone else is inside over there. And we were kind of wondering why. And then it all became clear very quickly when a mango nearly killed Chris. But that's his own stupid fault for sitting under a mango tree.
Okay, so today is our first trip into the Amazon. We've just crossed over the river. We're now in a minibus. No idea where we're headed. Any ideas?
No, I don't know where we're going actually. Where are we going?
To the jungle.
To the jungle.
To the jungle. Okay.
Yeah.
So we're going to the jungle.
Okay, so we're in a car, then we jump on another boat, and then it takes us to a lodge in the middle of the jungle, I think.
Yeah, in the middle of the jungle. There isn't an address. It's just Amazon forest.
So it's 9:49 in the morning. How hot are we?
Really hot.
Okay.
It's ridiculous. It's over 30 degrees by a long shot, but it's the humidity that knocks it out of you. So yeah, it's awesome.
Yeah, I think
Look at the state of him.
I think I've already sweated my body weight in water, so just continuous intake. But well, that's what we expected.
Yeah.
That's all good.
It actually looks exactly like the Pantanal. So if you like wetland habitats, then just come to the Amazon. It looks exactly the same.
We're just coming out of their dry season, so all of the rivers are fairly low at the moment. When I say low, it still took us 20 minutes by speedboat to cross the main river from one side to the other.
Yeah, hey, there were dolphins, so we weren't complaining.
Yeah. And so we're going along this roadway, and you can see where the water's been up to and where it's actually dropped some of the road downwards. So it's yeah, quite interesting. Few of these sort of like little huts there and like a main little restaurant area, and it's very nice, but we're only spending one day here because tomorrow we're actually trekking into jungle where we're setting up camp there. So I'll be in hammocks with mosquito nets around us, so hoping there's no jaguars about, and yeah, no, it's very cool. So today, once we got here, had a little swim in the river, which was really nice because it's bloody warm. Like I've literally just been sweating continuously since I've been in this area, which is just lovely, so I'm sure you're glad you're not here. And then we went for a ride on the boats in a canoe, and we went fishing, and I caught some piranhas and a couple of other fish. I can't remember what they are, look like tench or something like that, but quite big. Yeah, so we're on a boat and we're looking for caiman, which is very cool, and where we're disturbing the fish as they're sleeping. They're all busy jumping into the boat, which is quite interesting. And also what you can't see is in the distance there's a freaking awesome lightning storm going on. There you go. So this is the fish that I caught, nobody else caught it, that I caught earlier. How is it?
It's the fish that you caught all by yourself.
Yeah.
It tastes amazingly good.
Thank you for being very honest.
I am so glad that we have pictures to prove it.
Yes.
Thanks to me, we have pictures to prove it.
Yes, I caught it and it's good. Nothing else needs to be said.
coconut and on these holes, insects go in and put their larvae in there, so they will eat the inside part, and then when they're ready, they'll come out. And there's also some really cool tiny Amazon ants on the outside.
Well, there's 2 of them, so maybe you should eat one as well.
I can't. This is good to eat. Man protein.
Who's going to eat it?
You.
No.
Sabe, isso aqui de novo, eu puxo, aí eu...
Não, tu pega assim, saca aí, tora aí.
E aí?
Só a casca aqui, não. Eu engolo com tudo. É igual eu gosto.
Okay, I'm ready. É bom.
Gostoso.
Tastes like coconut.
It's really sweet, and it does taste like coconut.
Like that.
Chew it.
Isn't it sweet?
It's like coconut, right?
It does taste like coconut. It does not look at it.
It's like a capahina.
I just ate bug slime. So not impressed. I need a ceviche. So we just stopped in the jungle to make some hats, as you do. And we got flags on them, so they're brilliant. And Steve has one, he looks like
A baby.
Mas e como é que ele
I
fez?
got a baby
Ele pegou só a metade.
And Vanessa has one, attempting to look like a princess.
I am
Failing.
the pineapple queen of the jungle.
So Steve, why do you look like you've just been in the shower?
It's 11:20 and I'm in the jungle. It's been on a, what is it, 3 hour walk through the forest. So I look like shit. You think I look bad? You should see this. And no, he hasn't just come out of the shower. He's just got back.
Actually see the colour difference in my shirt. I don't know if you can see that.
Yeah, it's pretty grim, isn't it?
Yeah, that's pretty grim. Yeah. I haven't been in the shower, but I need to. Definitely. Like in the jungle. It was sunny about 10 minutes ago, really hot, and now it's raining and thundering, as you can hear. You know, this is an awesome storm, absolutely pissing it down. You can't even really see the lake anymore. Anyway, no doubt in 10 minutes time it'll be sunny again, which is why I'm still sat on the balcony in a hammock along with Steve. Hello. That's how hardcore we are. And Vanessa's looking like she's helping when I'm pretty sure she's not.
I'm just making sure he's doing the right thing because.
See, you already handed me the wrong way around.
No, there's no wrong way around.
There is.
Whatever.
So it has been declared that this is my bears with a mosquito net right on the end looking into the forest. So I am going to be a jaguar kebab tonight. Fantastic. So if anybody ever gets this message, this is where I died. Goodbye.
We're walking through the middle of the jungle and it's pitch black and we have one light between four of us. Oh, and Chris's phone. What could possibly go wrong? Just so you know, our guy doesn't know how to make fire, so he's just left us three to try and sort it out, and turns out none of us are any good at it either.
Yes, we are awesome. Look at it.
I mean, look at that flame. We've only spent about 15 minutes so far, and you can see it's just going wild now. Thank God we were here, otherwise this poor guy, the guide, who's lived, this life all his life, well, he'd be lost without us, really, wouldn't he?
Yeah.
So guys, how was your night in the jungle then?
Still alive. It's actually cold. Very surprising. And it was quite nice up until Chris's alarm clock went off. For that real jungle, authentic jungle experience. Other than that, it was quite nice.
Okay, so we're just back checking the fishing net, see if we've got anything for dinner. We're about to ready soon. Quite knows what Steve's going to eat.
About that.
How did you describe my beard, Vanessa?
Red and blonde.
That's the official colour.
Basically ginger. Okay, so we've just been for a walk through the jungle, got a little bit lost, and very, very hot. And I just want to prove how hot I am, because this is my t-shirt that I've been wearing. If I do that, you can see it dripping out. That is how disgusting I am. That is sweat. I feel quite minging right now, and I can't wait to go for a swim. That's coming next, once we get out of here.
Your turn.
You know I'm going to drown.
No.
Really nice in here.
Yeah?
It's really nice.
It's really nice.
Don't we?
It's not.
Thank God you came along. You'd be lost without you.
That is so true.
Yeah, you know your way around
More
so well.
than you can imagine.
You can do it backwards.
Yeah.
That's how well you know this jungle.
Next, I hit my head on the tree. There you go. See, that's why I can cut.
Okay, well my favourite part was definitely being in the Amazon. By a long shot. It was amazing. And I want to go back now. Really want to go back now.
There's probably all the stuff that we did at night time, like the nighttime fishing and looking for the caiman at night time and wondering whether our guide was ever going to come back at night time. All the nighttime stuff, very cool.
Well, the worst part was being with Chris for 3 weeks. That puts a strain on anyone. No, I think the worst part would be all the travelling. There's a lot of plane journeys and they suck. So I'm actually quite glad it's nearly over. Nearly. Only another 2 days worth of travelling.
My least favourite has got to be right now because I'm so knackered and we've already been in this airport for, I don't know, 3 hours maybe, and we've still got another 2, 3 to go. I just want to go to bed.
I know, we've done an awful lot in a very short period of time. The waterfalls was cool, so I'm going to remember that one. Chris being a complete pansy when it came to jumping off the boat was classic.
yeah, absolutely genius. You can't replicate that really. I mean, that was just a beautiful moment, there really was.
We're probably doing the work on the workshop itself in the very first week, doing all the building and things. Probably doing the nighttime digging, where Steve and myself had to dig in the poles for the aerial walkway in the dark without all of the proper tools at all, so we had to use a little piece of string to try and get it nice and straight. And then very, very satisfying coming back 2 days later and finding out it was perfect, because that's how good we are.
I think that would have to be our presentation at the conference, where I got my friend to prance around for a box of chocolates hanging from the dynamic branching. That was hilarious. We ended up singing. There was some awkward silences. All in all, it was quite entertaining, really.
Okay, my funniest moment was when Steve didn't get anything.
Chris is a cock. My least favourite part of this trip was putting up with him for 3 weeks.
So, hooligans already.
This is my favourite part of the trip.
So these,
a bunch of kids beat the crap out of a toy car.
so these guys obviously come from Auschwitz.
I don't know, I reckon they saw the London riots on the TV and they're just trying to replicate it at the airport.
So, you might have noticed I was looking extra ragged and extra sexy throughout the course of this programme. Let's take a look back and see how it all happened.